Hello and welcome to this video summarizing a keynote speech about search funds. In this video, we'll cover the key takeaways from the speech, which includes the aggregate ROI of search funds, the impact of a recession on search funds, board compositions, factors for success, how to hold winners, quality industries for search funds, and whether an MBA is required for searchers. Firstly, let's start with the aggregate ROI of search funds. The speaker mentioned that the trending ROI for search funds is increasing and is averaging around 3.4-3.5x in 2022. This length of hold has been steady for 15 years and includes operators and exited companies. The speaker mentioned that the longer you hold, the higher the likelihood of a larger MOIC. Furthermore, when you exclude operating companies, the ROI for exited companies is averaging 4.4x. The speaker also talked about the impact of a recession on search funds. They mentioned that during the 2008 global financial crisis, search periods tended to be shorter but resulted in lower average returns. However, those that launched during a recession had longer search periods but higher than average returns. This suggests that buyers during a recession may have been able to buy at a slightly lower than average multiple. The key takeaway from this section is to be patient, find the right business at the right price, do your due diligence, and take your time. Moving on to board compositions, the speaker mentioned that partnerships generally have an average IRR greater than solo searchers. However, all of the greater than 10x returns have been made by solo searchers. They also mentioned that in the US, search funds are generally looking for a certain set of experiences to fill their boards, such as search fund specific. They need operating experience, some capital and strategy expertise, patience but also directness. The speaker talked about the three things needed for success in search funds, which are a really good entrepreneur, a really good company in a great industry, and wise advisors. They also mentioned that having a different skill set than VC advisors is important, with no PMF requirement. Furthermore, as international searchers exit, it's likely that there will be more search fund experienced people available for board positions. In terms of holding winners, the speaker emphasized treating the entrepreneur and investors how they need to be treated to want to hold for a longer period. They also mentioned that the community has grown, providing more options for people to educate themselves early on and add operators. Next, the speaker talked about quality industries for search funds. They mentioned that good industries for search funds are those that have good business models, start with revenue quality, have sticky long-term customers, low churn, and return on capital matters. Return on tangible capital above 20% is very favorable, and stability is important since it will take time to learn the nuances of the business. Long-term GDP growth is also important. Good industries for search funds used to be business services focused, then tech and software, and now healthcare. However, it ultimately comes down to the fundamentals behind these industries. Regarding the question of whether an MBA is required for a searcher, the speaker mentioned that there is no causation between having an MBA and getting a good result in search. However, most in traditional search have had MBAs, and it may make it easier to get funded. The speaker also mentioned that there are different approaches to search funds, such as accelerators and self-funded searches, which have different levels of engagement. In conclusion, the searcher's journey is about solving problems, very much like a startup founder. However, they have support behind them without the pressure for hockey stick return.